Welcome to the second session. Okay, we were explaining the Midnight Visitor, the first chapter of the supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. Anyway, so far we know that the characters, the main character Ozebul was a spy, and Fowler was a writer. Okay, and Ozebul was staying at the top, 16th top floor of a hotel, French hotel, and as accompanied by Fowler, as he entered his room in the hotel, and when he switched on the light, okay, he encountered a person who was an intruder, and he was already there standing brandishing a gun, and his name was Max. He's another spy. Okay, so far we have learned that Fowler expected something quite different that he was experiencing at that till that moment. Ozebul was not at all the conventional spy. He was a fat person, and you see, and the surrounding is quite gloomy. Okay, they had been attending a music program, and they were returning from that particular music hall, and you see, Ozebul is a shrewd person. Being a spy, he is quite shrewd, and he could guess the disappointment that Fowler faced, and he was just talking that presently, it means after a little while, you will be experiencing a real adventure, because somebody will come to his room midnight and deliver a very important document regarding some missiles. Okay, you see, anyway, Max was already there. He is another spy, and he was waiting for Ozebul to come, and he knew that that particular document will be delivered on that particular night, and his intention was to take the document away from Ozebul. Okay, and apparently they knew each other, and Ozebul thought that Max was at that time in Berlin. Okay, so he was initially he was a little shocked to find Max there in his room. Okay, anyway, he was trying to overcome such initial shock. So later he became quite normal sort of, and they started the conversation. Anyway, then Ozebul moved on to an armchair and sat down heavily. Sit down heavily means when you literally throw yourself in a chair. Okay, when you sit down abruptly. Okay, that is called sit down heavily. I am going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can bet on it, he said grimly. So he said he is okay. This time I am going to complain. With the hotel management about something now. About what? This is the second time in a month that somebody has got into my room through that nuisance balcony. Fowler's eyes went to the single window of the room. It was an ordinary window against which now the night was presenting blackly. Okay, you see that particular room contained window, actually, got it? And here Ozebul was suggesting that again, for the second time, somebody had intruded into his room. Somebody came to his room, okay, without his permission, through that balcony. He was suggesting that there was a balcony over that window. Balcony, Max said, with a raging inflection. No, a pass key. I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. Max says, no, I didn't come through that balcony through that window actually. I somehow managed to get hold of a pass key, a duplicate key sort of. Now you see the hotels, they have duplicate keys actually. A key, that particular pass key is with the hotel management, and if you rent a particular room for a night or so, you'll be given a key, and another key will be with the management. Okay. Anyway, he says that I have somehow got hold of that pass key, and I entered the room with that pass key. So he says that I don't have any idea that there was a balcony, and that's why. And if I had known it, it would have been much more easier for me to enter the room. It's not my balcony. Now Ozabul is saying, sort of a clarification, he's saying that Ozabul said with an extreme irritation, it belongs to the next apartment. He glanced explanatorily to Fowler. You see, he said, this room used to be a part of a large unit, and the next room through the door there used to be the living room. So he said that his room and the next apartment shared the same balcony. Actually, got it? You see, the next room and his room used to be the same apartment. Now it has been divided into two rooms. So still, he had that balcony, okay, over his window. Used to be living room. It had the balcony which extends under my window now. You can get onto it from the empty room 2 doors down. And somebody did last month. The management promised to block it off, but they haven't. You see, he said that last month also somebody entered my room. And when I complained to the management, they promised me that it would be blocked, but so far they haven't blocked that particular part. Max glanced at Fowler. You see, Fowler is there standing. He was shocked. Okay, he was not saying anything. And now Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly. Stiffly means without moving, not far from Ozabul, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Okay, when you when you expect something with the movement of your hand, that is called gesture. Okay, please sit down. So Max said to Fowler to be seated, and he said, we have a wait of half an hour, I think. So Max told Fowler to be seated, to sit down, and says that he knew the exact time when the document will be delivered. So since they have half an hour still, that's why Max is commanding them to sit, okay, and wait for the document to be delivered. 31 minutes, Ozabul said moodily. The appointment was for 12:30. I wish I knew how you learned about the report, Max. Now you see, Ozabul is correcting that you are a little bit, not precise. To be precise, it was 31 minutes. They have to wait 31 minutes. Now you see, Ozabul is wondering how Max learned about that particular document. The little spy here refers to Max, smiled evilly, and we wish we knew how your people got the report. But no harm has been done. I'll get back tonight. What is that? Who is at the door? Now Max was saying that, and we are also guessing how your people, means Ozabul's, agency, got hold of that particular report. When he was talking, suddenly heard someone knocking the door. What is that? Who is at the door? Fowler jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Ozabul just smiled. That will be the police. Now Ozabul, with a smile, saying that there must be police outside the door, and they are knocking. Okay. He said, I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. You see, for the sake of precaution, I I have already informed the police that I would need some extra protection. That's why they have arrived. Okay, that was Ozebul's reply. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was alright. Okay, and Ozebul is now saying that he had already told the police to come to his apartment to see, to check whether everything is alright or not. Max beat his lips nervously. Now Max got a little bit nervous. He was not expecting that he'll have to face such a situation where police will be involved. The knocking was repeated. What will you do now, Max? Now Ozebul is asking. Okay. Now Ozebul is, apparently he got the upper hand. That's why he is asking. What will you do now? Ozebul asks. If I do not answer the door, they will enter anyway. Okay? The door is unlocked and they will not hesitate to shoot. Okay? Now you see Ozebul saying that, you see, the police will naturally expect him to answer the door. Okay? Police will wait a little bit. If nobody opens the door, they will enter room actually. Okay, and when they find Max, they won't hesitate to shoot. Okay, and another thing is that the door is not locked. Okay, Max faced black with anger as he backed swiftly towards the window. Swiftly means with great speed. Okay, now we see Max was quite nervous. He was also very angry. Okay. He was not expecting such a situation. So he swiftly went towards the window and he swung a leg over the sill. He already passed one leg over the window sill. Send them away, he warned. Okay, I will wait on the balcony. You see, so far Max had the idea that there was a balcony. Okay, and he is thinking that he will just hide in the balcony till the police went away, and he is threatening Ozebul that he will be there listening to their conversation, and if Ozebul gives any hints that about Max, okay, he won't hesitate to shoot. Okay, send them away, he warned. I will wait on the balcony, send them away, or I will shoot and take my chances. Okay, he says that I will take my chances because even police won't know that I am there hiding. Okay, so he will have that advantage, got it? And he will kill everybody and then take the report. The knocking at the door became louder. Okay, and the voice raised, Mr. Ozebul, Mr. Ozebul. So far, Ozebul, hadn't opened the door. That's why they heard, you see, voice from outside. Okay, calling Mr. Ozebul, keeping his body twisted so that the gun still covered the fat man and his guest. Now Max was just about to, cross the window, and he was still covering these two persons, Ozebul and Max, with his gun. The man at the window grabs me when you hold something very fast. That is called grasped the frame with his free hand to support himself. Then he swung his other leg up and over the windowsill. The doorknob turned. Swiftly, Max pushed his left hand to free himself from the sill and dropped to the balcony. So Max dropped himself as the person who is knocking the door, the person or persons knocking the door, they were about to enter the room. Max just jumped over to the balcony. And then as he dropped, he screamed once, shrilly. Shrilly means, shrilly is a high pitched sound actually. Then when he jumped, they could hear his shrill. The door opened and the waiter stood there with a tray, a bottle and 2 glasses. Now, to the utter amazement, surprise, power, there was no police, just a waiter, and he is bringing drinks to them. Here is the drink you ordered, or when we return, he said, and set the tray on the table. Then uncorked the bottle and left the room. Okay, that there was the waiter, not the police. Okay, and he just uncorked the bottle and left the room instantly. White faced. Now Paul was okay. He was puzzled actually. Okay, Paul was stared at after him, but he stammered when you say something with repetition. Okay, stammered means when you can't fully pronounce a word, that is called stammering, repeating something. Okay, the police, there was no police visible side. Okay, only Henry, whom I was expecting. But won't that man out on the balcony father began? So what happened to the man out of the balcony? No, said that he won't return. Okay, you see, my young friend, there is no balcony. So that's how Ozebul, which is cunning, which is shrewd mind, devised that particular story of a balcony. Okay, that's how he befooled another spy Max, and his body language was so natural. Okay, and whatever he is saying was so convincing that Max was forced to believe whatever he was saying. Okay, got it? That's how Ozebul, okay, in presence of Fowler, could prove that a spy actually it's a matter for spies. It's a matter of presence of mind, cunning, shrewdness. Okay, these are the qualities that matters actually to be a spy, and the conventional idea that he has to be dashing, handsome, okay, that is not quite necessary in most cases. Okay, that's how we learn that. That's how Ozebul could befool another spy whose name was Max. And now Fowler was convinced that Ozebul had the quality of being a spy, and even he was taken for a ride. You can say he was also fooled by the way Ozebul was speaking. Okay, so this is the story, the Midnight Visitor. Here, as I have told you in earlier class, the Midnight Visitor is Max, and he was visiting at midnight, so it was not a usual time to visit someone. So he intrudes upon it. Means he came to Ozebul's room without being invited. Okay, and why Max was there? Because he was waiting to collect the document, okay, that is supposed to be delivered to Ozebul. And how, which is you see, shrewd mind, cunning mind, he devised a plan to deceive Max. Okay, that is the story actually. Okay, anyway, you see, the character of Ozebul is an important question here. And another question is how Max was fooled, deceived by Ozebul. Okay, I will provide you the summary of this story. Okay, anyway.